For the second video, I'm going to be showing you how to open an existing file and add annotations to it. Right now, though, I've left up a blank page from a created notebook so that I could show you two different types of styluses that I would be using for this demonstration. So these are what I call the very technical term squishy styluses, because they have really a soft tip on them. This one here is what I describe in the blog itself as a pen stylus. So if I click it like a ballpoint pen, there's a ballpoint pen that comes up through the squishy tip. And then I can retract it if I want to use the stylus. But when I press down on here, it's not sharp, but I can definitely feel something in there. And that's why I don't really recommend this type of stylus. So I'm going to use just a standard, very cheap, squishy stylus. And I'm going to go back. And what I'm going to do is open a map. And this is what I do in my O&M lessons sometimes. I've saved the map, and in Noteshelf you can open it either as a JPEG picture or save it as a PDF file. But I'm going to open up this map that is just a screenshot from Google Maps. It pulls up there, and then I have the same tools at the top. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a pen color. I'm going to switch back to a standard type of tip. And let's see, I want some contrast. So I'm going to pick pink for this. All right, and then my starting point is going to be the Walgreens drugstore. That's not a plug for Walgreens, it just happens to be there. And I can draw a circle around there. And then for my destination, we're going to say, let's say Pickens City Hall. And so I might draw another circle there, and I might choose a different color. Just make an extra dot just to make it stand out from the starting place. And then again, I can go back to my pens, and with a green color, I'm going to draw the route from the Walgreens to City Hall. So very simple. Again, you have your range of tools that you can use there. The highlighter is not very useful when you're using something like a map. But let's say I do want to demonstrate what handwriting looks like with this type of stylus. So I'm going to go back to my pink, which shows up real well. And I'm going to say start here. My handwriting is slightly better with the stylus. And I'm having to maintain a pretty consistent pressure on the tip of that in order to write words with it. And you'll see when I created an E, it didn't make a consistent line for the whole letter because I wasn't pressing down the whole time. So that is what you might do with a map. I'm just going to very quickly show you. And here it's saving it with my annotations. This time I would like to show you just very quickly a document that we're going to highlight and then write on. So when my students or anybody opens a document, this is what is, to me, a little bit annoying in Noteshelf, that if I want to go ahead and enlarge that text, if I start pinching and zooming there, well, that's working this time. Well, see, there we go. As I'm pinching and zooming, I'm creating lines accidentally. So I'm going to take my eraser and erase that. So what students have to get in the habit of doing is, as soon as they open their document, they need to click on a circle with a little pen in it To them, it usually looks like a little X in a circle, and that's fine too. So we have to click there, and then they can pinch and zoom, they can move it, scroll, whatever they need to do. It's not going to create a line on it. But then we're going to highlight some words. So now I come over to my highlighter icon. I'm going to stick with a yellow color. And then I can use my stylus to highlight some words there. And then I'll click back on my pen. And if I want to just leave it at the color that I had, I don't have to open that menu each time. And now my line is super thick here, but that just shows you a little bit about how you can write and highlight on an existing document. So if this were a fill-in-the-blank worksheet that a student was doing, they could pinch and zoom it as big as they need it to be, give them enough space to write. They can write their answers in the blanks, and then they, again, can just share it back to the teacher. And so you can really do this with almost any type of document, but it does need to be the type of file types that I discuss in the blog portion. So that is the end of demonstration of Noteshelf. Again, there are lots and lots of things that you can do with Noteshelf, but this is just a quickie demonstration. And again, you can see how when I close these, it saved it with my annotations. So if I open it back up again, the annotations are still there.